Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Topic for today's quiz is Indian economy on the eve of independence. Question number 1. Which of the following economists estimated per capita income during the colonial period? Option A. Dadabhai Naoroji. Option B. Findlay Shiras. Option C. William Digby. Option D. All of these. The correct answer is Option D. All of these. India's per capita income during the colonial period was estimated by some individuals. Among the notable estimators, Dadabhai Naoroji, William Digby, Findlay Shiras. Question number 2. When was the first census data collected during British India? Option A. 1881. Option B. 1882. Option C. 1991. Option D. 1982. The correct answer is Option A. 1881. A systematic and modern population census, in its present form, was conducted non-synchronously between 1865 and 1872 in different parts of the country. This effort culminating in 1872 has been popularly labeled as the first population census of India. However, the first synchronous census in India was held in 1881. Question number 3. GDP stands for Option A. Grand Domestic Product. Option B. Gross Domestic Purchase. Option C. Gross Domestic Product. Option D. Gross Double Purchase. The correct answer is Option C. Gross Domestic Product. GDP. Gross domestic product is the monetary value of all finished goods and services made within a country during a specific period. GDP provides an economic snapshot of a country, used to estimate the size of an economy and growth rate. GDP can be calculated in 3 ways, using expenditures, production, or incomes. Question number 4. What was the condition of foreign trade under British rule? Option A. Net exporter of raw materials. Option B. Surplus on account of foreign trade was spent on war expenses. Option C. Net importer of finished goods reproduced by British India. Option D. All of these. The correct answer is Option D. All of these. Restrictive policies of commodity production, trade, and tariff pursued by the colonial government adversely affected the structure, composition, and volume of India's foreign trade. Consequently, India became an exporter of primary products and an importer of finished consumer goods. Question number 5. Railways were introduced in India in Option A. 1830. Option B. 1840. Option C. 1850. Option D. 1860. The correct answer is Option C. 1850. The British government introduced the railways in India in 1850. Question number 6. What do you mean by the infant mortality rate? Option A. Number of deaths of children. Option B. Number of birth of children below the age of 1 year per thousand lived death. Option C. Number of deaths of children below the age of 1 year per thousand live birth. Option D. Number of deaths of children below the age of 10 years per thousand live birth. The correct answer is Option C. Number of deaths of children below the age of 1 year per thousand live birth. The infant mortality rate is the number of deaths under 1 year of age occurring among the live births in a given geographical area during a given year, per 1,000 live births occurring among the population of the given geographical area during the same year. Question number 7. Indian economy at the time of independence was Option A. Developing economy. Option B. Developed economy. Option C. Backward economy. Option D. None. The correct answer is Option C. Backward economy. High growth of population, lower level of human development, agricultural dominance, unequal distribution of income and wealth, scarce resources of production, high rate of unemployment, high dependency ratio, Lack of entrepreneurs and low level of technology reflect backward economies at the time of independence. Question number 8. Goods which were exported during the colonial period. Option A. Silk. Option B. Agriculture. Option C. Cotton. Option D. All of these. The correct answer is Option D. All of these. During the colonial period, India became an exporter of primary products such as raw silk, cotton, wool, sugar, indigo, jute, etc., and an importer of finished consumer goods like cotton, silk and woolen clothes. Question number 9. Underscore was developed by the British Raj as a means to enlarge the size of the market for the British goods. Option A. IT. Option B. Iron and steel. Option C. Railways. Option D. Post and telegraph. The correct answer is Option C. Railways. This huge railway network altered India's transport system. As a result, transport costs were greatly reduced, thereby to enlarge the size of market for the British goods. Question number 10. Life expectancy refers to Option A. Death rate of children below the age of 1 year. Option B. Average life of a person. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option B. Average life of a person. Life expectancy refers to the number of years a person is expected to live based on the statistical average. Question number 11. The main interest of the zamindar was Option A. To collect rent. Option B. To improve the condition of agriculture. Option C. To produce food crops. Option D. To produce cash crops. The correct answer is Option A. To collect rent. The main interest of the zamindars was only to collect rent regardless of the economic condition of the cultivators. The profit accruing out of the agriculture sector went to the zamindars instead of the cultivators. The system was not even proposed for benefiting the cultivators. Question number 12. Reason for low productivity in agriculture sector. Option A. HIV seeds. Option B. Improved irrigation system. Option C. Low level of technology. Option D. All of these. The correct answer is Option C. Low level of technology. Traditional methods of cultivation and low level of technology like manual plowing are mainly responsible for low productivity of agriculture. Question number 13. What is the value of GNP? Option A. Value of all intermediate goods and services produced by the residents of a nation. Option B. Value of all intermediate goods and services produced by the residents of a nation. Option C. Value of all final goods and services produced within the domestic territory. Option D. Value of all final goods and services produced by the residents of a nation. The correct answer is Option D. Value of all final goods and services produced by the residents of a nation. Gross National Product, GNP, is a broad measure of a nation's total economic activity. GNP is the value of all finished goods and services produced in a country in 1 year by its nationals. Question number 14. Which of the following statement is true regarding the condition of infrastructure? Option A. Balanced regional development in infrastructure in all areas. Option B. Barter system was still prevailing. Option C. Development in the area of transport and communication. Option D. No developments in the areas of roads and railways. The correct answer is Option C. Development in the area of transport and communication. The relationship between the growth of British capitalism and the evolution of a dependent, colonial economy in India is greatly manifested in the development of Indian railways, roads, bridges, and post and telegraph. Question number 15. Identify the industries which were under the public sector during the colonial period. Option A. Railways. Option B. Animation. Option C. IT. Option D. All of these. The correct answer is Option A. Railways. Railways is a state-owned industry during the colonial period, responsible for rail transport in India. Question number 16. What was the condition of agriculture at the time of independence? Option A. High level of technology. Option B. Low level of productivity. Option C. High use of fertilizers. Option D. Low dependence on monsoon. The correct answer is Option B. Low level of productivity. India's economy under the British colonial rule remained fundamentally agrarian. The main cause of the low productivity of the agricultural sector and the new land tenure that was introduced by British rulers in India. Question number 17. TISCO was incorporated in Option A. 1987. Option B. 1979. Option C. 1907. Option D. 1989. The correct answer is Option C. 1907. Tata Iron and Steel Company TISCO was founded and established on the 26th of August 1907. Question number 18. The largest share of the workforce, which was 72%, were engaged in Option A. Primary sector. Option B. Secondary sector. Option C. Tertiary sector. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option A. Primary sector. Agriculture was the main occupation of India on the eve of independence. The largest share of the workforce, which was about 72%, were engaged in the primary sector. Question number 19. Cotton textile mills were dominated by Option A. Britishers. Option B. Foreigners. Option C. Indians. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option C. Indians. The cotton textile mills, mainly dominated by Indians, were located in the western parts of the country, namely Maharashtra and Gujarat, while the jute mills dominated by the foreigners were mainly concentrated in Bengal. Out of 394 cotton mills in undivided India, 380 remained in India, and 14 went to Pakistan. Question number 20. What was the motive behind the deindustrialization by the colonial government in India? Option A. To get raw material from India at cheap rate. Option B. To sell British manufactured goods in Indian market at high rate prices. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is Option C. Both A and B. The twofold motive behind the systematic deindustrialization affected by the British, making India as supplier of raw materials and making India a market for finished goods, another important objective of the British government. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now. Link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.